What's up, you guys? You already know NowDis podcast with your host, Little Body T, and I'm just happy to be here. What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Little Body T. NowDis podcast, and I'm back. Another episode. This is episode 7 of the second season. Normally I would have some music playing, but I didn't get it, so it'll play at the end of the show. But I'm sitting here today, and I have a special guest.
What's up?
Mr. Joe Show.
What's happening?
Actor, comedian.
Director.
Wow, I didn't even know that
I wear so many hats, sometimes I forget.
Instagram sensation. Would you like some water?
Please, I love water.
Okay, great, because I don't like to drink and drive, and I don't like to drink and record.
Oh, yeah, we can do that all day, but water's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, I need a lot more, too. For real. But I'm just happy to be here. Y'all know that. I'm always happy to be here. And I'm always happy to have someone sitting with me who's doing amazing things, showcasing talent to this industry right now. Fresh, hot talent on their way up. Because y'all know that's what now this is about. Dealing with people who are on their way up and coming to talk to us about what they got going on and why they on their way up.
All right, let's talk about it. First of all, I gotta let you know about one of my nicknames. So, a nickname that I have is called Dry Reese. I'm like Tyrese, but drier.
What? Wait. So why are you Dry Reese? Can you sing?
Nah, I can't sing. But
Lord.
when I had the bald head, and girls would be like, "Oh, you're cute like Tyrese," or never mind. Let's not talk.
Oh, so that's why you dry, because you don't sing.
Yeah, I don't sing, so I'm dry.
Dry Reese. So, well, we gonna call him Joe Show. Mm-hmm. But when I see you in the streets, I would say,
Dry Reese, what up?
No.
Yeah, no. Thanks for having me. Definitely, my grind goes back a lot of years, so I definitely appreciate this, and I know how important to the culture a show like this is.
Mimi was like, you gotta get my boy Joe on the show. Y'all know Mimi is a friend to the show, so y'all already know my girl Mimi. She was like, you gotta get Joe. And then I was like, all right, well, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Then I'm like, yo, his skits are dumb funny.
Oh, you checked out my skits?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yo, the cops is coming. Yo, sir, hi. I swear to God, whatever happened, I won't let them find you.
I'm looking for Miguel.
Miguel. What's he wearing?
He's wearing red.
Hey, yo, baby.
I just saw someone in red.
I'm Miguel.
No,
Yeah, I'm Miguel. No. He's not Miguel. I'm Miguel.
Who's Miguel?
Get the hell out of here.
Wait.
I'm Miguel. Take me.
Get your ass to jail.
Damn.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
Cool.
go.
Take me, baby. Take me to jail. Yeah. Take me to jail. Yeah. Take me to jail.
But I just was looking and laughing. And that's the thing. Sometimes you get caught up in laughing. You don't even hit double tap because you just, let me see the next one.
Right.
I'm caught.
At one point in my skit career, I was putting out 3 skits a day. So I probably have like a good 500, 600 skits up there. And I slowed down a little bit because I'm working on a big project. But that's like my passion besides doing stand-up. I love doing the skits. And there's a lot of skits that I've done that people don't know I've done it. You know what I'm saying? That I did it because I'm not physically in it, but I made it or I'm directing it.
You
or
wrote it?
Yeah, I wrote it. One of the most famous ones that's out right now is the guy, the homeless guy. Can I curse?
Love him. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Tino. Okay, absolutely. Tino. Pandemonium.
He's funny.
Right. So I put him in a skit where he's shitting in a bucket in the train station.
I seen that one.
Right. It was a collaborative effort between a guy named Morris Dupree and myself, and we had him shitting in a bucket in front of everybody, but it was what it was, and it went super viral. It did like 100 million on TikTok. 50
Wow.
million. Yeah, Michael Rappaport reposted it, and people think it's his video, but it's really our video.
That's how I saw it.
Yes.
Michael Rappaport. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, he did a voiceover over it, so now people are like, oh, it's Michael Rappaport's video. I'm like, all right, whatever, it's cool.
Damn.
Nah, it's cool. You know what? I have so much more creative stuff to do that is like, I don't even trip when people still want stuff. People still want stuff all the time.
I believe it.
They do. I had one video where a pregnant girl gets on the train And this is like what I used to see. A lot of these videos are based on things that I've seen in the past.
I saw that one too, but go ahead.
Where the girl gets on the train and everyone just like passes out like they're sleeping because she's pregnant. Nobody wants to give up the seat. So another content creator took it and posted it up on TikTok. It did like 10 million, and he took credit for it. And I was like, all right, cool, it's cool.
Because yours is coming. Because you still doing too much more.
Yeah, I don't
focus
sweat.
on that.
I'll be somewhere on TV writing and admiring them stealing other people's stuff.
Yeah, and it's still good because you get the not the recognition, but you get the exposure.
Yeah.
And then when your work comes more and more, people will say, "Oh, this came from him," because it's the same people.
Right.
Because you do work with the same people.
I work with the same crew, and also we travel the country. We work with new up and coming content creators, and also established content creators. I don't discriminate. Some of the people I work with have like 10 million followers. Some of them have 10 followers.
Right.
As long as the person has talent, I'm down to work.
Absolutely, and that's good because you ain't discriminating. Don't discriminate.
Right. Not at all. But it's a little different for me now because Instagram is starting to become more moral. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not allowing you to show certain things. So I'm off that. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to take my talents into another platform and see what the next thing is.
I agree with that.
Yes.
Instagram is becoming more literal.
Corny.
Yes. I just was. Yeah.
They flagging everybody
I just
for everything.
was saying that.
But you know what it is, right? Not to get too political, but it's
Get political.
It's them trying to keep up with TikTok. Because once TikTok, see, Instagram was bought by Facebook years ago.
Right.
And the thing about Facebook is they never want to get beat. Because if you look at the past, MySpace was it. And then, Facebook came and destroyed it. So they knew they were going to get overlapped by another social media platform. So what they did, buy every social media platform. And that creates a monopoly, and that makes everything whack. When there's no competition and they make the rule and they're govern everything and they tell you what's what, that makes everything whack. Because now if they want to block one person from a platform, they could block them from every platform. Like
Absolutely.
i.e. Minister Farrakhan and all these other people. What's the guy? Alex
Even
Jones.
Trump.
Who?
Trump.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
I used to not say that name, but he not the president no more. You see, I'm still hesitant, right?
I'm not hesitant. For real, I don't follow what media tells me. I used to say, listen, Trump has his faults, but the one thing I liked about him, he let a lot of people know about what the media was. And
what was real.
Fake, and what's real and what's fake.
And I always stood by that. Business purposes, when I would tell people that, they say, you a Trump supporter. I didn't say all of that.
I never said I was a Trump supporter. I just understand.
And that makes you shy away from speaking on it because everybody don't understand like how you understand.
Right.
So you don't even want to speak on it at all. But
listen,
look at Trump.
You can't don't speak because most people are sheep. I don't mean in a disrespectful way. No. I'm just saying like most people follow the norm. They follow what everyone else.
The
does.
masses,
the mass. So if you're the few people saying, "Oh, this is different," they're like, "What? You got an opinion? Get the fuck out of here with your opinions. Get out of here."
You crazy.
Right. So I got tons of opinions, and that's why I love stand-up comedy. And you see stand-up comedy even is under attack now.
Yes, it is.
It's on the block to be canceled because they were trying to cancel Dave Chappelle, but they can't.
They can't.
Right. They can't cancel the greatness. And it's like, that's the last art form where you can have an opinion and you can express yourself. But there's also consequences to the things that you say. For example, when Kramer came out a few years ago and he was like saying nigga on stage. You know what I'm saying? Right. So canceled. It's like you can say whatever you want to say, but just know that there's going to be repercussions. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like I'm not mad at them getting at Dave Chappelle for whatever he said about the transgenders because they're very sensitive people. But the whole canceling people is whack.
That is whack. And I do understand that the transgender the gay community is sensitive, but I think this era that we're in now as a whole is just sensitive.
Right.
So it's really hard for comedians to give their opinions and be free like they once had in the 90s.
Right.
Because of this sensitive era.
Also, too, we got a lot of people who are comedians who probably don't deserve to be comedians. I like comedians who are smart, intellectual, speak on topics, and have something to say. You know what I'm saying? They're leaving you with something of thought. You know what I'm saying? Even though it might be funny, it might be ratchet, but they're giving you something to think about versus comedians who just take what the other person just said and flip it. You know what I'm saying?
Into their own. Right. Can I ask you, do you think there's too many social media comedians?
In any field that you get into, it will start off as 10, and then when everybody else sees what works, they'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna do it too. It's like rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have rappers who are talented, and then you have rappers who are hustling. I like some of the hustling rappers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna name them by name,
Right.
But I like some of the hustling, not talented rappers. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's Jay-Z and Nas. You know what I'm saying? Some people just have a good
Take
hustle.
notes.
Some people just have a good hustle and they know how to make money at doing it. But I know what to separate an artist from a hustler. Can you?
Separate an artist from a hustler?
Yeah. Like, you can tell, like, okay, this person could sing. Okay, this person's using technology and marketing to be a singer. A lot of people don't know the difference because how did we get here? I feel like now I'm giving a discourse, but like, it's true. Like
It's true.
you know, marketing and advertising is the biggest thing out there, and it'll blind people from like what's real and what's fake. Because we're living in a time now where fake is real and real is fake.
I just think like the difference is probably a singer has a big contract behind them. They get in the booth, do what they supposed to do, and move on. Then a hustler, singing hustler, doesn't have the money bag behind them, so they still have to sing and hustle along the way to push themselves.
All right, so they would have to sing and show their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the one that's gonna make it. Sing, show their ass.
It's intense.
You know, make everything ratchet, and then the person who really can sing, who's true to their art and like sounds amazing, they ain't gonna go nowhere.
They just gonna get in the booth, sing, put out an album, go home.
But they may not go as far as the person who's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna show my ass, twerk, and do all this other crazy shit. Even though I'm not against it, cause
No, we're not.
Yeah,
Because look at ratchet ass Suki Hana. I'm gonna drop names. Look at Cardi. Cardi was like so ratchet. It was crazy.
But at the same time, she was being herself.
Yes.
She was being herself, and
That's what people
the
love.
industry look at you and they say, you know what, boom, we can make money off of that. You know what I'm saying?
They love that.
Yeah, they love it. But me, I'm in my own lane. I do a lot of in my videos, when you watch it, some of it have a sexual theme, and then some of it has like a theme of the underdog. You know what I'm saying? So there's like more than just bashing in my video and craziness. Like, sometimes the theme is the guy who always loses, how he wins, or, you know, I feel like sometimes I worked so hard in my career to become a successful comedian. I'm still working on it, that I like to make videos that show me struggling and show me being the butt of the joke, because I can take it, because I got thick skin. So a lot of my videos, like, I'm getting cheated on or something bad's happening to me. But there's going to be a time where I'm going to make videos where, like, it's the exact opposite. But they're a direct reflection of how I'm feeling about my inner self.
That's good.
Because I'm an artist.
And it's a lesson to
Yes.
be, not just to laugh, but a lesson inside the comedy skit.
Yeah, inside the comedy skit, there's also a lesson. Like, there's a lessons in humility and a lesson in everything that I put out. So you'll watch and you'll see, like, the surface is just like some bullshit or some ratchet shit. But if you look deeper, there's always like a hidden message in that.
Yes, y'all heard that. Make sure y'all watch
Right.
Joe Show skits.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to start putting out all the old skits, because I realize people don't go past 3 lines.
They don't?
Nah. So they go look at the first 3 lines of your page, of your wall, and they're like, all right, cool. And they're like, all right, I'm off that. Because everybody have a short attention span.
Now, with social media, everybody has a short attention span. But I sit there like this. If you're funny and I genuinely think you're funny,
Right.
I might want to be under the cover all night.
Yeah.
With the light from the
That's
phone.
bad, though.
Watch it, all your things, and
That's
get in a
bad.
fix.
I do the same thing. Like, if I discover someone I like on social media, I'm going to be watching their stuff all night. Like, just...
I want to see.
What they call it? Not when you scroll, like, binge.
Binge, yes.
I'm
want
gonna
to see.
binge. It's the same thing I do on Netflix. I'll find a series. Forget it. You're not gonna see me for the next 3 days. I'm watching everything.
I finished it, right? I would just finish it.
Right.
Right
What was the
there.
What was the last thing on Netflix that you series that you binge
I think it was Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Yeah, I'm into things like that. Like I'm like a weird country white girl wrapped in a black girl body. I can't dance. I'm really
There's
like
nothing wrong
that.
with
So yeah, Bridgerton, the Irish speaking, the mystery,
Right.
the love story, I was captivated. So I was like, I'm not going to sleep
Right. I'm gonna watch all of it.
until it's over. Y'all need to watch.
Right. I started watching this thing called Manifest.
That's good.
Yeah.
I watched that already.
I like
Oh.
sci-fi a little bit.
Is it over? Is it over?
I think it got canceled. I think they went to season 3. Sometimes it's like I give up. I'm like, all right, what more can y'all do?
Okay.
Speaking of seasons, BMF season finale is going to be airing on the 21st of November. I'm looking forward to that. Have you been catching any of the BMF?
I've been watching that.
Super dope, man.
I've been watching
Super
that.
dope. Shout out to 50
Yes.
and how he's becoming like a TV mogul.
Amazing.
Amazing, right? This is like series after series that he puts out that everybody's just like, bam, hooked on. And the thing about what I love about him, he makes the protagonist lovable. People love his the evil people, not the evil,
villains.
The villain. People love his villains. You know why? Because he's a villain. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
he's portrayed as a villain
Yeah, no, he's portrayed as a villain. Like people see him as a villain, but
because of the shit
people
he
love the
posts.
bad guy.
Because of the shit he posts.
Yeah, because he don't. Whatever.
He's a
He don't
smart
care.
villain.
He's a smart villain, but people love smart villains because throughout history, everybody's loved a smart villain. From Al Pacino's Scarface, he was a villain.
Yep.
If you look at it, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Killed his best friend. You know what I'm saying? Oh, a villain, but we love the bad guy. We love to root for the bad guy.
Yep.
I
For
love to
some
root for
reason.
the bad guy.
The bad guy and the underdog.
Underdog.
But
Right.
back to Manifest, right?
Yeah.
Before we go forward, because I want to go back on BMF because, Ghost Volume 2 is getting ready to drop too.
Yes, it is.
But
Yes, it
Manifest was one of those binges that I forget because I'm such a binge watcher that even though it got corny, I just
You
had
have
to
to just
finish
see.
it.
It's called investing your time. So basically, and we do the same thing with relationships. Sometimes a relationship is bad and we already know where it's going to go and how it's going to end, but you invested 3 weeks already. You ready to see this through.
Yeah.
You know he's going to cheat. You're like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and
Like a
watch
book.
it play out. Yeah.
I gotta see it through today.
I got to see it through.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't give up. I'm not part of this culture that's like giving up on stuff like soon and easy. I like to see things through the end.
I got to. Right.
Got to.
We got to finish it. I think that come from our era. But
Right.
now back to the BMF, which is a really dope story. I was able to go back and watch some documentaries. So 50 also educates you. That people like, what? You don't know the BMF story, how big they were in Atlanta, Jeezy. And I'm like, oh, I love Jeezy. I didn't know, this was the whole snowman thing or whatever.
Yep.
But then he got the Ghost Power Book 2 coming out.
We talking about bad guys loving the villain. Tariq was the villain at one point. People hated him. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid ass son.
Oh, you just wanted to strangle him.
Like, get right. You killed your sister. You got your sister killed.
Right. So us rooting for the bad guy is what makes his series. I figured it out. That's what makes his series so dope. And the Tommy. Did y'all realize Tommy and Ghost? They were just serial killers. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like they killed so much people, but we was rooting for them.
Yeah.
We over here rooting for serial killers, but they make the story so dope that it doesn't matter what they do. It's just such a dope story that you're gonna keep following it.
Interesting.
So, shout out to 50, the whole G
Shout out
when it
to
can.
50.
Yeah, yo.
Let me ask you a question.
Right.
Who inspired you?
50. He inspires me. Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Some comedians who are lesser known, like the Rip Michaels of the world. A comedian that helped me when I was becoming a good comedian was a guy named Rashid Thurman. And he was a super dope comedian. And you can look him up on YouTube.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in R.I.P. Rashid.
I'm
Like,
kind of like into shit
yeah.
like that. So I know.
Yeah.
But you guys who don't know, look up Rashid.
Yeah, look it up. Rashid was like him, Smokey, Marshall, Brandon. Growing up in New York City, I started out on the mainstream comedy scene, and then I got introduced to urban comedy through a guy named Omar Thompson and Yamanika Saunders. They was like, yo, there's places where you can go where black people are every night, black and brown people performing every night.
Dope.
And I was like, okay. So I stopped going to mainstream rooms, and for the next 10, 12 years, I spent going to urban rooms and trying to master urban comedy. And it's funny how it's a thing, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing.
A real thing.
It's a real thing, but
Like Twitter.
Yeah.
Black Twitter.
Black
and
Twitter.
There's just black Twitter and then it's just regular Twitter. There's no other race of Twitter.
So I realized when it comes to entertainment is the only thing that could be separate. It could be segregated, and we don't care. We don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? There's black entertainment and there's white entertainment. And
Wow.
it's like, there is.
That just woke me up, but wake up.
It is. And it's like, at the end of the day, one person capitalizes off of black and white comedy, you know, and entertainment. But at the end of the day, we separate. Like, we have different senses of humor. And like Twitter and social media, like, I didn't know there was like a whole white section of Instagram or Twitter that we don't see, you know what I'm saying, that we're not, you know, because it's all based on algorithms, and they place you, when you scroll up and down your timeline, there's things that you see based on what you look at. You know, they put it in the algorithm, and that's what you're looking at.
Exactly. It's like, no, what was the word? It was a word for it. Not in chronological order.
Right.
It's like you see things from 2-3 days ago, and they said that's like what you're watching most of, so this is what you see, even if it's from that time 2-3 days ago.
Right. And you literally you can have 10,000 followers, but you only see like 20 of the same stuff.
I hate it.
You got to pay for it. They make it so that you have to pay to see everybody else's stuff. That's what it is.
That's crazy. Well, for me, what I do is like my faves, like my 50, 60 faves, I start putting on The Bell. When The Bell first came out, people were promoting, make sure you put on The Bell to see my, like, especially celebrities. They were really marketing that bell. But then when I started not to see my friends, my family, my close people, I was like, I'm putting on a notification. So every time so-and-so go live, do this, I get the notification. But now they done did something to that.
They took the bell out?
No, it's there, right? So you say you got 70 people on, you would think you're going to see those 70 people down your timeline before you see a reoccurrence from somebody already, and you don't. So I still see 20, 30 people with the bell. But what about the other 40 people? So they done did something to that.
Wow.
Because I shouldn't be seeing 3 things from you before I see them first 70 down my timeline.
All right, before we go any further, right now I want to give a big shout out to some of the content creators who helped me along the way. Shout out to Daniel Jean, shout out to Dupree God, Danny Deuces, Pandemonium, Sarah, starring Sarah, Penny. You know, if I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but like all these people who I shoot videos with for the last 4 years, they've become family.
Yes.
And like, you know, we have like a small, close-knit community here in New York City. And shout out to all the content creators, man. Everyone from like all over Robbie World and all these other people, but I'm into it. Like, yes. I just got into skits like 4 years ago. Wow. And I was just solely stand-up comedy, hardcore. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I love doing skits. I love going viral. And like you said before, there's too many of them now. So now it's like, all right, now I gotta do something different. Now I gotta like, because everyone's doing the same
outside
videos
the box.
now. Do something outside the box. So that's what I'm working on. The project I'm working on right now is now outside the box. You know, I can't talk too much about it, but it's celebrity driven. It's, you know, it's for the culture. It's super dope. And I can't wait to show the world what I'm doing. All right. Shout out to Danny Deuces. Shout out to Joe. I have met her. She's super dope, super talented, amazing. I met Joe because of Mimi, so that was amazing. Yep. Let everyone know, please, Joe, how to follow you, contact you. You always posting things. I saw you post something recently. You were actually looking for fresh new talent, telling people to come out. So please let them know how they can look you up, find you on your platforms. You can find me on social media at I Am Joe Show. My Twitter is Joey Showy, but my Instagram IAMJOESHOW. I Am Joe Show. I post a lot, and I'm always looking for new talented actors, actresses, comedians. So just, you know, go into DMs and be like, hey, what's up? I heard you on this podcast called NowDis podcast. Yes. You know, like, I heard you and I want to work with you, and I'm down to work. And also, if you are an entrepreneur, you have your own business and you want to shoot skits and you want to get your name out there, hit me up, DM me. I'm working with everybody right now, so let's go. And also shout out to FlowX Films. We have a a movie. We have a short coming out. It's called Behavior, and it chronicles mental illness, and I play a police officer. Shout out to Mimi, my wife. On that note, Mimi, can you come around? On that note, let's bring your on-scene wife, fellow actress, friend. What a segue! What a segue! You did that. Thank you. What a segue. Mimi, now,
continue. Do your dope.
Right.
Because it was dope.
That was dope. That was dope. So, this guy, Juan Lee.
Hi, Mimi.
Hey, I'm
Hey,
just
Mimi.
listening to y'all. I'm all in.
Hi, Mimi. Yes,
What else are you going to talk about?
Well, real quick, just shout to Flow X Films
Yeah,
and
shout out to
Juan Lee.
Juan Lee, his
Lee.
wife, and Rollo, and everybody from Flow X.
Everyone behind it, super talented black men making film
From Brooklyn.
from Brooklyn.
By the way of
Amazing.
Haiti.
Haitian.
Right.
Stop
Yeah.
I say shout out.
I'm not Haitian, but it seems
Hey,
like
we-
everybody I be around is Haitian.
You're
Like
from
Haitian
Brooklyn,
people.
so you're a part of the community.
I
Yeah.
did my Ancestry.com 3 years ago. Seriously. In my own journey. And I found out that my father's side is Haitian. So that was amazing. And it made so much sense. And
So
everybody
now
was
you
like,
eating griot now,
Now-
right?
No,
Now
not
you
yet,
eating
but I
griot. You-
Not yet, but I'm like, that's why my taste buds want something different. But yes, Juan Lee has an amazing, amazing situation.
Yeah, super excited about
I'm
that.
Caribbean too. I'm from the island of Grenada, so I got to
Okay,
shout out my
shout out
island.
to
Shout out to
Grenada.
Grenada.
As you should.
But Mimi, what up?
Hey,
Yes.
Joe, how
You played my wife
Yes, I did.
in the film Behavior, which is going to be dropping very soon
Yes,
in
I'm
December.
excited.
Make sure that you guys check it out. We're going to be
Please.
in a bunch of festivals. It's going to be amazing. I actually saw it.
You did?
Yeah, I actually saw it,
Interesting.
How you
and
got to see everything?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about
Yeah.
to make a phone call.
I saw it.
Don't
and
do that.
I
No,
wanna,
I was joking.
I want to
I
ask
know.
you,
Yeah.
what was it like shooting that? Like, I watched it and you were amazing. I thought I was amazing until I really saw
Really?
your work. You put a lot of work into it.
Really?
Talk about it.
Don't be shy.
No, I'm not being
Talk about
shy. I'm just saying, like, to be honest, like I've said to you before, this is something that I manifested. I said, when January comes, I'm going to, yes, I'm an educator. Yes, I'm a mother. But acting is something that I really want to do. And Juan Lee had posted something. Like, I've been following him for a while because we did, like, the web series 848 together.
Yes.
So he was posted something like, all right, I'm going to be holding auditions. So I'm like, should I go? All right, I don't know. But I didn't think in my mind, like, oh, yeah, I know them, so I got the part. It wasn't even like that. It was like, okay, I'm going to go and see what happens. And then I was like, so what am I going to be auditioning for? What role? And I auditioned for a different role. And then he was like, oh, you know what? We want you, and we want you to play the wife. So I was
Amazing.
like, the wife? Okay. The wife. So I'm like, who's going to be my husband?
Right,
Like,
first of all, how does he look? 'Cause that's
yeah,
the first thing.
yo.
I know that's the first thing she was like.
Listen,
That's the first
it was
thing
supposed to be a
women say.
different husband, but then they was like, "Oh, it's not the husband." And I was telling my friends, I actually showed them the page of the man I was supposed to be. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna be my husband." Everybody, look, they was like, "Yes."
Joe,
And then
yes.
it was like, "Oh, this guy's not gonna be your husband." So I was like, "Oh." The day we did the tape read, so I'm like, "Who's gonna be my husband?" And then they were like, "Yeah, he's up and coming." I was like, "Okay, who is he?"
I'm gonna just chime in, right? Mimi sent me the trailer, and all I heard was Mimi screaming. I didn't even see Mimi on
Right.
camera. I said, Mimi, that was so intense. I cannot wait. Because you didn't even see you, but you
Yeah.
heard you, and it was just like so real.
Yeah.
You're not gonna beat him or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
not gonna put your hand on my son, but
Yes.
like what I'm saying, when we did the table read, I met him. I was like, okay, he's cool. He looks like a police officer. This is gonna work. So
And it looks good?
he
I
was
got
giving,
that.
he's giving the officer vibes.
That real,
So, yeah,
that real.
I
Joe,
think-
it looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't wait.
I watched it, and one thing about you as an actress is your voice is commanding, and your personality is
Thank you,
commanding.
Joe.
You know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying? So that was a
Thank
dope
you.
thing.
Determined.
Yep, very
Thank you.
determined. So you're gonna go far. So keep on with it.
Oh, I
Yes.
appreciate that coming from Joe, the viral sensation.
Just cash at me.
you ain't getting no motherfucking thing.
I want my cut.
Yeah, but yeah, it was actually really good. This is my first time doing a film.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've done the web series. Like we're all on the same web series. We talk about that in
Now.
a few. But it was actually really good. I was nervous because I'm like, I want to look this way, I want it to be that way, but it came out really good. And we did, some of the stuff just happened naturally. Like, we did the scene, let's just do it again. And you really pushed me too, Joe, like for some of the scenes, or it's like, let's try it this way, or let's say it this way. So I appreciate that.
I just learned nobody sees the preparation that goes into these things. It's all about what you do before you start recording. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That the practice sessions, the rehearsals, the time that you spend with yourself internalizing your character.
Right.
It shows when people see it and you do a good job. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So I'm a strong advocate of like, yo, practice, rehearse,
Right.
and taking your craft super serious. Everybody's a natural, you know what I'm saying, but you gotta take that extra time to get your character down pat, you know what I'm saying, give it life, breathe life into it. And your son, he was actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the world to see this.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm
gonna be
excited
good.
to
I'm
see.
excited.
Shout out to FlowX. Where can
Yes.
what's the Instagram of FlowX?
You just said it.
I think it's FlowX.
Hit
Films,
Floats
right?
Films,
Yeah.
and then I think Wanley's Instagram is WANLEE. You'll be able to find it. Once you put in FlowX Films, you'll see everybody that's a part of it. And shout out to his wife. too.
FLOX Films. Check
Yeah.
that out.
Shout out to them. And now she just told me that you're on Let's Go for Life season 6.
Season 6. Let's go for life.
Shout out to C
Class,
Class
yeah.
and Mama
Right.
Shirley Production 300 Gang.
Yup.
The whole cast
Yeah,
and crew over
and
there.
I was realizing that they have over 15 million views.
Yeah.
amazing.
They started like I found out about them from seeing something I think on This Is 50 or something like that, and it was like 12 million views. I was like, what? Yeah, so they're really making noise.
Can't wait to see how that's gonna look.
Again, I play the cop.
Is it because you have the cop look?
Sure do.
Yeah,
I
I'm-
saw you in
Yeah,
that
the cop
trailer
look,
too.
and we saw you in the trailer too.
We saw you in that
You
trailer.
know what? I'm
came
just
in
go ahead and
clean
join the
shit
academy.
up.
I'm just go ahead and join the academy and just.
Yeah.
No, you got a better future ahead of you.
Yeah, you do.
Joe, thank you for coming by. I don't know if
Thank
you're
you
going to
so
stick
much.
around, but we about to get into some hot topics. A
Let's get it.
lot
I'll
has
be
been
here.
going on.
Let's go.
And we just like, what? We like, what we going to talk about? What we going to talk about? But then next thing you know, Danny Lee and the baby gave us something to talk about.
A lot to talk about. A lot.
And it's like, what?
Okay, so since we talking about hot topic, I'm gonna tell you how dope that was. Bad.
Yeah,
but
like
at the same
explain
time,
the dope part of the
okay,
bad.
because
Bad.
then right after that, Stevie J and Faith released their something that happened. So basically, we getting a first, like we're like flies on the wall. I personally feel like we all should mind our business.
But I don't even know what you're talking about.
Not
because
me.
Okay,
you
so
have to see
basically,
it. Sum
the
it up.
baby and
Danny Lee.
Danny
Yeah.
Lee, she's the girl from the Chris Brown video. They have a song together, right?
I don't know if
Because I didn't know who she was. This is what's so good for her is that I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
It's great for her career. It's bad for her personal life. But I'm pretty sure like her publicist is like, girl.
And that's why I told you, you got 72 hours to respond. Where's your song? We need the
He
music.
said 72 hours.
I told her, I went on her page, now they say you got 72 hours to make a song. Even Little Duval, I meant to ask you about Little Duval,
Right,
but we
right.
passed that.
Oh, yeah.
But he's so funny. He said, girl, you need to go make some music. Put it in the song,
Yes.
just like Summer
Summer-
Walker
yeah,
did.
Summer
Walker,
Walker.
yeah.
What's the white girl name? Skinny. Kanye West said that she didn't deserve a award. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift,
Taylor
yeah.
Swift has an album kind of the same way like Summer Walker does, like chronicling her relationship.
Oh, wow.
Right. Yeah. Like
Right.
like so for some reason heartbreak.
Yeah, the realness.
It's the
If
fuel.
it resonates
Yeah.
with you, you can connect to it.
Yeah, but they shit is toxic.
Yeah, but Danny Lee
But this is
made
what
the
people really go
song.
through.
And she was talking about how the baby likes light skin and not dark skin, supposedly.
Right.
And now all these women who were bashing her are sympathizing with her because they don't even know empathy or sympathy. They're sympathizing.
Please.
I just think that thing is just like social media is good and it's bad and stuff like this is like, no, that was not supposed to be on live. Like that's
At
so
all.
disrespectful.
So what's the difference between? Okay, I'm gonna just touch on the topic that you said that they saying the baby prefers light skinned women versus dark skinned women. How's that different than women preferring tall men to short men?
Exactly. And they bashed her. It's no different.
There's no difference.
It's
right?
a preference.
It's a preference.
But she was throwing basically shots at his first kid's mother, baby mother.
right.
Let me be ghetto, baby mother.
So you know that they're
Cracking me up.
using social media as a weapon.
Yeah, but then it's like we live in a day and age where it's like, is that are they? This is real right now, or are they doing this
Oh,
for
no.
something? No, I'm not
It's
saying
real.
that that's not real, but there's a lot of moments.
Oh,
where
it's
like,
other
oh, yeah.
it's other stuff in life that people are not organically making.
No,
stuff.
that was a real moment.
Right, but that was a real moment. That was organic. But the
Yeah,
thing about it
but-
is, when you see couples fighting, trust
Not
me,
on live.
that phone come out now. It's like
now it's so
people
showtime.
don't hit no more. Now they pull out that phone. They like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you
But
want to embarrass
sometimes-
somebody?
Yeah,
Just take your phone out
you're
and
the
record
one that's
them.
recording. You want to make yourself look. I'm not the bad person. Now this person is gonna turn up, and I'm gonna calm down now.
Did you see what they're doing now? They're like, I'm not mad at the baby. I'm mad that she
Lord.
looks like this versus what she looked like before.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
no, that's disrespectful.
How it started,
And
how it's going. I felt so
Yeah.
sad to see that.
No,
Come
because she
on.
chilling at home. She just had a baby. Nobody's gonna look
Yes.
amazing after they have a baby,
No,
nursing at home.
not at all.
Her hair was pulled back. She didn't have no makeup on. Like,
Yeah,
look,
but who? Yeah.
But for me, it was when she said, "This is how the world sees my kid for the first time."
Yeah.
That
nobody,
was
please.
that was
Nobody was
sad.
looking at that kid.
Nobody.
I didn't
They
even-
was more so looking at the nipples.
Nobody was like, "Oh, look at the cute baby."
Yeah,
They was
no.
like,
They
"Oh."
worried.
No, it's true.
Nobody-
Y'all got me
Waiting for the
cracking up.
nipple to crack up.
Yeah,
for
nah.
the nipple to, they said, is the nipple coming out? It looked like the nipple coming out, you know?
Yo, y'all was so
Nah, I
stupid.
cannot.
The
'Cause-
memes that they made off of that is hilarious.
It's horrible, but it's funny.
Right, and then a bunch of content creators started making the videos with the hood. They having the hoodie on, like they're the baby with her in the background.
Oh my God.
That's
Shout out to
Then
Mr.
him.
Commodore. He did one.
Oh, I gotta look at that. I haven't watched his skits in a while. But
It's
yeah,
funny.
then the baby is still promoting. And she's like zip zero. And he's like, new album out. All this coming.
But sometimes that's like these are regular people, regardless if they have
Yes.
millions and millions of followers. Your feelings and everything that you're going through internally
Sorry, y'all.
is not something that you want everybody to see. It's humiliating. As a woman, I want anybody to violate me like that on
No.
Instagram. So maybe she's taking advice from her family, like, you know what, don't say nothing, just be quiet, just relax. He probably needs to just do that, like step away.
But who started it first? As far as like, he started recording it, right?
I don't even know.
He
He
did.
said he said he's recording it for his own safety.
Yes.
Yeah, so now he's trying to make her look like what? What was the purpose?
Well,
What
I
was
think
the
he did it-
reason?
What was the reason?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm thinking there's two reasons why you do something like that. You start recording it, like he said, for his own safety, in case she flips it and says he hit me or he did this to me. Okay, I have proof.
Mm-hmm.
And then two is trolling her.
Yeah.
Is what it is this is a weapon. This is a gun. This phone, this little device in your pocket, this is a gun. So now you're shaming her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's acting crazy, but now you're letting the whole world see that she's acting crazy. So now,
But now she probably acting more
Disrespect.
crazy because you're pulling your phone out. So now you get me tight. So it could just be like, now I wasn't doing that, and maybe before he got the camera, he was acting crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A lot of times it's like that. Oh, they're saying all of this and all of that, and as
'Cause
soon as they
from-
can, I'm being so good. Look at her,
Yeah.
she's acting crazy.
Because she said he just came home and because she had a plan B, he decided, oh, you gotta go. And 9 times out of 10, when a man puts a woman out and she has a newborn baby and that's her baby, she's not gonna leave the baby. No pun intended. The baby.
Which baby we talking about? THE baby
Her
or
baby.
DA baby?
See? No, her
The
baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's not gonna leave her baby.
The
that she
funny
just
thing
had.
is, like, man, like, and then she got crazy, but she was like, oh, all he want to do is, you know, like, come all up in me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a plan B delivered to the house. I was like, wow, what are we gonna do? Put it in his drink? Like,
No. What's wrong with you?
Really. Sad situation. Moving forward. Hope everything works out, girl. I hope you take that and flip it and take Summer Walker advice. If you need her, call her, make
That's
a
what she
song,
said.
blow on up.
Right.
As you should, because he's going to keep going and he has his fan base. He's respected. Hope the situation gets better because he said he is raising a queen. I'm going to mind my business as far as giving an opinion. I'm just speaking that it was a very sad situation.
a month from now, we won't even remember this.
You know, it's
72
something else.
hours, something else happened. And
What
with
happened?
that said, see, Zach Stacy, ex-NFL player, was caught. Well, his ex-girlfriend, she posted a video yesterday about him beating on her. And now he's been charged, but she's claiming his friends are hiding him. And it's like, so now we're seeing on social media men hit women. Really?
Oh, I've been seeing that for a while now. I've been seeing. You want to start first, maybe? I'm gonna
No,
let
just
you.
go ahead.
I've been seeing
That's
a lot of.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay, on a less. Okay, when we see celebrities do it, that's when we're like, oh shit. But I've been seeing a lot of regular videos on World Star where teenagers are fighting male teenagers are fighting female
Yes. Yes.
in the school.
Yes, Joe.
I seen this one
That's
video,
crazy.
a couple of them, a lot of them.
Yes, Joe.
Yes,
I
where
have a
boys
12-year-old.
are fighting girls.
Yes, I have
like
a
straight up.
12-year-old.
But you know what? I'm like, okay, I have a double side to this because I like to go backtrack.
Go ahead.
So I seen a video where the guy is fighting the girl because he was getting jumped and she spit on him while he was getting jumped. So he went and got revenge by fighting her in the school. Like, boom, boom, fought her.
I don't like hearing nothing about it.
Right. You don't want to hear nothing about it, but it exists.
Yeah, no,
It's the
I know.
reality.
But the thing about
of
it is, for a long time, I'm gonna play devil advocate for a long time. Women are like fighting, like the little girls and the teenagers. They're fighting like guys,
Men,
like
boys,
men. Yeah.
boys. A boy
thank
pushed
you.
my daughter and she kicked him, and she told him, "Next time it's gonna be in the nuts." And when she came home,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm what? And she's 12 because I teach her.
Her mother raised
you gonna-
her right.
Yeah. This was a warning.
Shout out to you, T.
Yeah, next
She
time.
gave him a warning because he
That's
pushed her.
good.
Why would you ever? Who? And he told my daughter that black girls have no rights. Her great grandmother said, "You go back to
What?
that school and you ask them, your mother's a black woman. Do she not have any rights?" My daughter said he was flabbergasted. He had nothing to say. She said now he wants to be her friend.
No.
No, I said he's not your
He
friend.
needed education.
He needed to be educated.
Yeah, it just starts at home. So
It starts at home.
just pray
But-
for him and his family.
So now,
We see this.
right? So we see it happening. Don't turn a blind eye to it. It's happening not just on social media, but it's happening in real life. Y'all
Right.
have daughters. I have a daughter. My daughter's 12. You know what I'm saying? So, and even further, like women are being disrespected on a grand scale. Like it's just crazy. So now we return back to this former NFL player fighting his girlfriend who had the baby, like I think a 6-month baby, 6 months,
months, yes.
a 5-month-old baby
Yes.
on the. I watched the video, and the video will make you throw up.
No, thank you.
All the slides. Oh,
They had angles, but the thing about it is like, why they showed like 3 different angles?
yes. And I reshared it from her page, and she deleted it.
Man, let me tell you, if that guy, I'm speechless. In the video,
You want to whoop ass,
he
Joe?
literally, you know what?
Oh, okay.
No, because you know what? It looks like that's not the first time he did that to her.
It's not. She said, "Stop, please."
He
Yeah,
two-pieced
oh my
her,
goodness.
picked her up, threw her into the TV, and then the TV fell on top of her.
And he went back like he was going to see about the TV.
You're right. He was like, "Oh shit! I just bought this TV. Black Friday's coming up. I got."
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What is wrong with
He went back.
He went back like he
wrong
looked
with
at the
Wait,
TV
I'm
like
coming
this.
back to watch
He's
football
like-
later.
Oh, yeah, that's disrespectful.
Right,
Yeah.
but he's out of the NFL, so it's not like he's gonna get cut or But the only thing now is like jail.
And he's been brought up on charges, 2 accounts of assault, I believe.
Heinous. Like literally, he's ragged out on. But I just want anybody who's listening, if you're going through something, you don't have to stay. There's options. You could leave. I know sometimes you have a lot invested into it, but you got to get out of that, or you're gonna die.
Yes, yes, please, because yes, I don't want to go in too deep, but yes, domestic violence is real, ladies, and you can reach out and get help, please.
And for the men out there
Or
too,
leave.
there's men who are being abused
Absolutely.
in relationships too. I was hit in a relationship.
Absolutely, and that's what goes back to the baby, because he wanted to say, before I knock her out or she hit me, let me go ahead to social media.
Oh,
to
he got
protect
hit too.
myself. So
Is it true that he
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
he had her brought up on charges?
I don't know. He did, and he did, and she has 2 counts of assault.
And she got arrested.
So that is that, and it's just a sad situation. But this is what the
But
world.
before we jump off that topic, do you think it's because the athletes they get hit in the head a lot? So you think that they turn
No.
crazy?
No, that's just who you
Absolutely
are.
not.
I mean, do you see it's a lot of football players?
No, it just
who-
means that you feel like you have money and you can do what you want. And
You don't
that's
think
it.
that? But it's been shown that they go through like this
Trauma.
head
We
trauma.
not about to.
And before I write
I'm
it
serious.
off as an injury from football, I will say, what did that man see in his household growing up?
Right.
I will write it off as that before I ever blame it on football. We don't even know why he is an ex-NFL player, because who really knew this guy before this incident? Only heavy, hard football
Right.
fans.
Right,
We
right,
know who that
fanatics.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he played 1 year on the Jets and then 2 years on Miami. But But you know, these football players, they go through head trauma, and literally a lot of them are on steroids. Have you seen somebody on steroids? How they act?
No.
No.
When
I
someone-
wouldn't even know
They
if anybody
get
on
real
steroids.
violent. They
Oh my God.
Yeah, when you're juicing, you go through like these crazy situations. But listen, it's a very traumatic situation, and I hope that she comes out of it on top. And I'm sorry that happened.
Me too. My prayers go out to her as well, and him, to turn yourself in and just face the situation and the repercussions, because every action is a reaction and consequences.
Right.
And I mean, thanks for coming, Joe. We talked about some good topics, and time is up. Look,
Man, we gotta go.
that hour go by.
Yes,
Wow,
it
we gotta do
does.
this again.
Yes, I would love for you to come back to one of the panels where we go back and forth and debate. You are welcome. You are more than welcome.
Thank you. Make sure you guys check out my comedy show every Monday at Ooh La La 428 Sunrise Highway, Lynbrook, New York, 9 p.m. Mondays.
Do you have
Ooh
anything
la
going on
la.
in Brooklyn?
Yes, Brooklyn, I have a spot called Bellyful. That's at 2102 Utica Avenue. It's going to be once a month. So check my Instagram page for more info.
Yeah, we coming. We coming. We wanted to come to the show, but but we coming.
Yes.
Before I close out the show with this song by Serena, I want to send my sincerest and deepest condolences to young Dolph's family. It was very, very tragic what happened to him in the city of Memphis.
Yeah.
And it's so sad when you make it and you spread love in your hometown, you get killed in that same town. So I know my thoughts and prayers are with him. I don't really want to talk too much about what could have been, should have been, but we all know we out here. I mean, these gun laws have to change. Put down the guns. Pick up a book. Educate yourself. Get to your own money. And put down the jealousy and the envy. Whatever someone's done to you, forgive them in your own heart so that you can be blessed in the outcome in the end. Because now 2 innocent children are out here once again without a father. Heartbreaking. So I send my condolences. Now this podcast, you guys. Thanks for coming, Joe. Mimi, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. Now this.
I appreciate you. Yes, Joe. I'm going to leave the show and we're going to play this song by Serena. I'm not too sure how it's going to go, but y'all check this out. It's called Decisions. Serena,
Shout out to
Decisions.
Serena.
Yo, we see y'all next time.
We out.
You already know. Now this.